They say if you show men your medals, you intimidate them.
Yeah.
But if you show men your scars, you inspire them. I think also when I sit maybe in most podcasts, we only talk about successes.
Yeah.
But there's a part for failures. There's a part for fear. There's a part for struggling with sexual addiction.
Yeah.
And then now when you come in school, the teacher is talking about HIV.
Yeah.
They're saying signs of HIV, headache, I have a headache, fever, I knew I'm cooked. You find that for you to be president in Kenya, you have to be 35 years old. But even fools grow old. So that's perspective. Because you can be 70 but still not wise. Because age doesn't mean wisdom. There's someone who's selling soda in a shop at 40 shillings. There's someone who's selling soda in town at 300. And there's someone who's selling soda in Kempiski, probably 800. Now, one has seen soda as a product that people drink because they are hungry. One has seen soda as a product that people drink because they have a meeting. One has seen soda as a product that people drink when they're in a place where there's luxury. These three people are not the same. That's perspective.
So Walubengo, would you say you do speaking for a living?
For a living, but more for a calling.
Okay. What's the difference?
For me, it's a calling. For a living, it means you're doing it out of survival. As a calling, it means that you're doing it as a matter of life and death.
So when someone asks me, what do you do for a living? I should tell them, man, I do X for a calling, not for a living.
Yeah, so for a living, it means it's more of survival. If I find something else that gives me more money than that, I will leave speaking.
Yeah.
But for a calling, it means even if you give me another vocation, I'll not do it. And even if I get into other businesses, this is my primary core assignment.
Yeah.
So I'm into other businesses, but this is where my heart burns. Today I was having a class in the morning.
Yeah.
And I was seated with this lady and she was saying, I love how every time you put the camera on, I was coaching clients one-on-one. It's like life comes back in you. Your eyes light up. You get excited. Like you see other people get tired when they work. For me, it's like I get life when I work. Like when I stand from that seat after coaching someone, it's like I'm getting more energy. Yes, and then seeing the journey, you find broken people who have anxiety, they cannot even talk before people. You do a journey with them. Now those are the people writing books. There's a lady who's starting a university, like a big institution in the university status in Togo for excellence and just training people in event organization skills. There's another one in Cameroon who has written a book and also starting a whole movement there.
Yeah.
So like looking at the impact that is happening, not just even in Kenya, it's really touching.
Yeah.
So it's more of a calling. It's not just for a living.
Is this something that you started off because of a passion that you had in speaking, or did you have some sort of training and then get into this?
So I started because of being misunderstood.
Okay. What does that mean?
I felt like as a child, growing up, I was misunderstood a lot. In terms of teachers did not pay keen attention to listen to me. My parents also, to some degree, at first they did not understand, what's happening to me, the changes that are coming. So you realize that there's a level where there's a very big disconnect in terms of how I was handled. So that whole experience made me want to also ensure that other people don't feel the same thing. Yeah. So that's the reason why I had to actually, start doing the things I'm doing. So one is because of me being misunderstood. Two is because of that passion for to see lives being transformed. When I look at my life at this young age, 3 days ago I just turned 24. And at 24, the kind of things I've achieved are so many, just because I got a certain perspective early. For example, at 16 I met Piolo Lumumba. So I saw, and his office is on 14th floor, right? 14th floor, I think 18th floor, rooftop and all that. And so there's a picture already in my mind of what a premium office would look like. I was with Pastor T, carrying his Bible and all that. So, and I used to walk in rooms where I'm finding people who are 50, 60 years of age. So in my mind, I already knew that I'm supposed to be in these rooms. I began working at Centum at the age of 18. I was given an opportunity by a guy called Brian Mwau through Chris Kirubi. So Chris Kirubi was intentional about mentoring young people. So it's something they started with Brian called Ajiri. And then I got an opportunity there at 18 as a social media strategist. So by 18, I was already earning a salary of 85,000. So there's a way I began now seeing things differently. Maybe from the way a typical teenager would see things. So from my dressing to how I see life, there's a way I began to see things. So I would want other people also to get perspective early, not just me. I would want many other young people to get this early. And this inspired me to go back to primary schools. So right now I'm training kids who are from 5 years old to even 10 years old. The youngest CEO that we have in the academy is 9 years old, who's running our website development company.
When you talk about perspective,
Yeah.
can you break that down to me? What perspective means?
Perspective is how people see life and how people see themselves and how people see their opportunities. The opportunities, the gift, that's perspective.
Yeah.
There's someone who's selling soda in a shop at 40 shillings. There's someone who's selling soda in town at 300. And there's someone who's selling soda in Kempiski, probably 800. Now, that's perspective. One has seen soda as a product that people drink because they are hungry. One has seen soda as a product that people drink because they have a meeting. One has seen soda as a product that people drink when they're in a place where there's luxury. These three people are not the same. Yeah. So that's perspective. Perspective is that we can do the same thing. Everyone is running a podcast. Why have I told you that you give Stephen Bartlett vibes? It's because you've also worked on yourself. You've traveled, exposure, there's a demeanor, there's a mindset that you've developed. That's why you can sit with all these thinkers, different groups of people from Brett Gameli, Osiani, you can sit with Andrew Kibe, Ernest Wamboe, and you can be able to balance all these people. Some might not believe in God, some believe in God, some have families, some have gone through divorce, but you're able to become a Gentile to whoever you're supposed to become a Gentile to. You are a Jew to whoever you're supposed to become a Jew to. You're everything to all men. That balance, so that's perspective.
Balance.
So if you miss perspective, you've missed out on so much. Because also, again, another perspective that has kept Africa where it is, and even the young people, is that you do things after school. So graduate first.
Yeah.
So everything graduate, marriage, graduate. So there are people who even have a master's and a PhD, but they're failed in marriage. So it's not really a justification that graduating in school now shows that one has matured even to marry.
Yeah.
So you realize that there's a big disconnect in the society in terms of how we perceive things. That thing called perspective.
Yeah.
That a company, you should start only when you're 18. And you find the median age of kids starting businesses in Europe is like 16. But now in Africa, you find that people start businesses at 39.
Yeah.
So already that's perspective.
There's a problem there.
That's perspective. You find that for you to be president in Kenya, you have to be 35 years old. But even fools grow old. So that's perspective. Because you can be 70, but still not wise. Because age doesn't mean wisdom. So that's perspective.
So what is this perspective for you?
Okay.
Whatever you saw when you were, would you say you got your perspective at 16 then?
It was always there.
Okay.
So at 16 now it was confirmed.
Okay.
I met people who were reconciling to the thoughts that I had. But it was already there. But I had not yet met people who were like affirming that thing that I saw. So now by meeting Pastor T, meeting PLO, meeting people like Dr. Wale Akinyemi, Ambassador Josephine Ojiambo, they began to confirm those perspectives. So there are three perspectives I got.
Yeah.
Number one, that destiny begins when you begin.
Yeah.
That destiny does not begin, let's say, at 50 or at 60. It actually starts when you begin.
Yeah.
So let's say if you start at 11, it begins to respond. You see, the Ashby's law of cybernetics states that a system, you can only change a system when the pressure is equal to or more than the system.
Yeah.
There's another law of physics where there's an action, there's a reaction. So that one, when you begin destiny, it responds. Number two, perspective that I got is that there is a level of destiny. You're the one who's responsible. Spiritual factors are not even responsible. There's a level of destiny that 100% is dependent on you.
I want to give a shout out to a sponsor of this episode, Olympic Auto Center. Olympic Auto Center has been servicing car enthusiasts and car owners for more than 3 decades, servicing the Twin Cities and the state of Minnesota since the 90s. They have the experience, the passion, and the will to make your ride smooth. If you are in need of towing services, auto repair, or buying a new or used car, reach out to Olympic Auto Center now.
There's a level of destiny that 100% is dependent on you. So spiritual factors are not really responsible. So we are talking about time and energy mostly. How you master those two things. Your ability to beat time.
Yeah.
So you must build a system that will enable you to beat time. I'm not talking about keeping time. I'm talking about beating time.
Yeah.
Because there's a difference. The world has taught us how to keep time.
Yeah.
You've not been taught how to beat time. What I mean by beating time, instead of, let me say, driving my car, I can have a chauffeur. And as I'm having a chauffeur, by the time I'm driving the car, let's say from Nairobi to Mombasa, those 7 hours, I'll have done about 7 or 10 virtual meetings for like 20, 30 minutes. I'll have closed deals. I'll have watched a podcast. I'll have read an ebook. I'll have slept.
Yeah.
So by the time, the 7 hours he's driving allows me time to beat time.
Yeah.
Instead of me washing my clothes, I can have a washing machine and have someone to help me wash clothes. So those 4 hours for washing the clothes, then hanging them on the line, those 4 hours can be used now for what I've been called to do. Then this person who's now a chauffeur specializes in that.
Yeah.
So they enable me to beat time. And the more I'm wealthy, the more I'm able to pay them premium. So that's the other thing. Like there are factors. So, and then there's energy. The energy you have in life, your intensity, how you greet people, how you meet people, how you talk to them, how you introduce yourself. The small things matter more than the big things. You can be so smart, but you've missed out on the small things.
Yeah.
The third perspective I got is that the world rewards you only to the extent of the capacity you've built. Only to the extent. You will not be rewarded beyond the capacity that you've built.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you are a very interesting character here in this sense. You got this perspective early, but then while we would say that I don't believe in luck a lot, but I do know that luck does play a lot in many people becoming successful. You meeting PLO, Wala Kiemi, Pastor T, you refer a lot to Pastor T. We're more on that later. I mean, we can talk about that off the pod. But I think all these people would you say they come into your life by luck, or they come into your life? How do they enter your life at when you're 16?
So destiny, as I've told you, destiny responds how you respond.
Yeah.
If today I'm seated here with you and I believe that I will meet the president before next year ends,
Yeah.
and then we believe in it so much, and we have that conversation, and we talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and then I begin to take certain steps intentionally,
Yeah.
it will happen. So there's a way. So for example, for Pastor T, I was in a church. That's the first time I was giving my life to Christ. So when they called the altar call, I went. We were two guys who gave our lives to Christ. After we were done, they asked us to share something.
Yeah.
Why have we decided to actually accept Christ? So I talked. Then I went and sat. The other guy went and sat. Then when the service was over, someone came and gave me a business card and said, Pastor Tia said I should give you this.
Yeah.
Call him. So are you seeing, number one, I had to present myself. That day I did not have fare
Yeah.
to go to church. But I asked my dad for fare. He did not give me the money for coming back, but I still went. Yeah. The fare ya kurudi sasa, I was given by one of my friends
Yeah.
called Sharon Kendi. She's the one who gave it to me. So I would have given an excuse and said, wait, my dad does not have money. I'll go for the next conference. Yes, I presented I did not have good clothes.
Yeah.
There are some shoes that my dad had bought for me. I wore that one, and then I wore my dad's shirt and went for that meeting, and I had a cape and a certain trouser. And this was a teens conference. So I'm in sharpshooters. I'm looking like a teacher, social studies teacher. You get? So like I look like I'm out of place, and kids are dressed up in a cool way. I would have said they don't have clothes.
Yeah.
For PLO, I just woke up and went to his office. I just went and walked. And we first had branding. There's some capes and mugs we used to brand. And then we got access to the foundation. Then I asked the personal assistant, what should I do? He said, PLO will be at this time in the office, go. So I went.
So you were working.
So yes. So there's a part where
in the company
it's not
where
that these
PLO
things
is.
were finding me.
Okay.
There's a part where
You pushed yourself.
favor played a part or luck played a part. But there's a part where I was also responsible to ensure that this thing happens.
Yeah.
Let me give you a story. 2 weeks ago, I came from Nigeria. Now, when coming, before I left, I had gifted my sister the car that I had, the only car. So when I came, I realized, whoa, moving will not be easy.
No car.
Because I don't have a car. But the car I wanted was a Prado. Because next year I really want to do a lot in Isiolo and outskirts of Nairobi. And I want to move swiftly. Go to Nanyuki, Mombasa, Malindi, Lodwar. Like I want to go in places I've never been to.
Yeah.
And I really want to explore Kenya very well. Because I feel like when you stay in Nairobi, there's a fallacy that you carry. But there's a big need in those regions. So I wanted a Prado. So I went. When I landed, after 2 days, I went with my dad to the showroom.
Yeah.
And then we looked for a car. They told us, this one how much, this one how much. Then my dad told me, I like this car. I said, are you sure you like this one? Okay. I told him, pray for it. My dad touched the car and told the car, you'll come home. So I believed. So I told the guy, give me the payment details. Now this time, I don't have money, per se. Now because I went to the showroom and because my dad was there, and I believed in my heart that as long as my dad has said this car is coming home, and I believe it in my heart, this car will come home. What happened that week, for the first time, a client paid 500,000 for coaching. So normally I charge $1,000, but this client said, I'm paying $500,000. I need coaching. You'll do my book. At the same time, another client came in, and another client came in, and now today I'm picking the car.
Beautiful. For
Within
context,
2 weeks.
I'm going to give guest context. For context, we are recording this in around Christmas of 2025.
Yes.
This is beautiful, man.
So within 2 weeks. Now, my whole life, I've never thought of raising, let's say, 4 million for that car.
Yeah.
But how was I able to raise an amount of money within a span of 10 days? It's because in my heart, I really wanted.
Yeah.
I went to the showroom. I've never gone to the showroom before for a Prado. This was the first time. So me walking to the showroom, taking the conscious steps, what happens now? The spiritual realm, my mindset, and other factors begin to align.
Yeah.
Yes. There are structures that have already been built. So if I was not doing coaching, I would not even have thought of the TX. Because even what took me in Nigeria was the coaching.
Yeah.
So if I would not have taken the smallest step of asking for 3 minutes in church to speak, today's 2025, that's 8 years ago. If I could not have taken the step of telling the pastor, give me 3 minutes, I would like to share something.
Yeah.
I would never have had that car. It was dependent on that small moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you grew up, I'm trying to find context here. And so I'm wondering, do you grow up in, how would you classify the environment in which you grew up? Do you grow up around a lot of money? Do you grow up?
No. I grew around enough. Not even enough, per se. Let me say, like school, like my parents really prioritize the quality of schools I went to.
Okay.
Yes.
Where did you go?
I've gone to, boss, I've gone to 7 high schools.
Okay. I went to 8 primary schools, if that's
So you understand.
comfort.
Yes. So like,
1 high school though.
but they really prioritize education. So I went to, like, of all the siblings, I went to private schools.
Okay.
So I can't say a lot per se in terms of, because I did not have like the nice phones, PS5. We did not grow up, eating sausages in the morning.
You had a Nokia at least.
Yes. Yeah, but they were just the basics of life. Does that make sense? So there's a perspective maybe I did not have, but then at the same time, there's a pain that life did not expose me to.
Yeah.
Per se. Yes.
So what I'm trying to understand here is the fact that you didn't have all this. So initially, my thought was that you probably grew up in money, and that's why you were able to start working at 16. Did you start at 16 or 18?
So actually what happened is that my parents could not fund what I was doing at that time.
Yeah.
Yes. So I had to step up and start
your
doing
own
things
money.
early. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so how do you walk into a company and ask for a job at 18 or whatever, under 18?
So mentorship. So what happened, I approached Brian Moore for mentorship.
Yeah.
Brian Moore now began mentoring me.
Yeah.
And that's how the opportunity came. In my life, I've also studied my destiny and I've understood how my life works.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, one of the most important things in life. So for me, how my life works, it works in 3 levels. Number 1 is me appreciating people.
Yeah. I want to take this opportunity to give a shout out to a sponsor of this episode, Candy Home Survey Realty. If you want to buy a property, whether it's a property for you to live in or a commercial property for you to invest in, reach out to Kendi. Kendi Home Survey Realty has made it possible for multiple lives to be transformed. If you want to transform your life today and move to one of the coolest provinces in Canada, reach out to Kendi Home Survey.
So for me, how my life works, it works in 3 levels. Number 1 is me appreciating people.
Yeah.
So me going back to say thank you does wonders in my destiny.
Yeah.
2, my life works by relationships and mentorship. The more I get people to learn from,
Yeah.
the more I continue thriving. Then 3, my life works through audacity. I'm not supposed to doubt anything.
Yeah.
And it has applied in the smallest situations. How I got in a relationship with my girlfriend, I just DM'd her on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I told her I like her. Then we started talking
That
for
was the
6
first
months.
DM?
Yes.
I like you?
No, hi. Just said hi.
Okay.
Then when she reached out, we began talking for like 6 months. Every day I'm just calling her, tell her a story, we hang up. Tell her a story, hang up for 6 months, daily, consistently.
Had you met at this point?
No, she was in Sweden, I was in Kenya.
Okay.
But I've learned and I've studied that in my life, I'm not supposed to overthink anything. Yes. Like if I feel like I should, one day I just posted something on my Instagram. We were doing an event on Saturday. It's on Thursday. We don't have the money for it's on Wednesday. We don't have the money for the event. The event is on Sato in Pon University. And I was so worried. And then I just had a voice telling me, post on your story, God is good. So I posted God is good at 11 p.m. Then while I was there, a certain senior person in this country DM'd me immediately and said, hi, Benny, is everything okay? I said, yes, everything is okay. I said, I've seen you've posted God is good. Can we just talk to me? What's up? I said, we have an event on Saturday and we don't have any cash. Most of the corporates that promised to sponsor have pulled out last minute. We don't know what to do. And the person said, okay, let me just send you some airtime first and then we'll talk tomorrow morning. The person sent 100,000. I said, if this is airtime, I want this airtime every day. So the next day, the person called and said, I want us to go to UBA Bank, you pitched this idea. I went, met the board of UBA, shared the idea. But after I finished, UBA said it's already on short notice.
Yeah.
So they'll fund the next whatever. Then this person, when we were leaving out, she gave me $5,000. Said, I just loved how you spoke.
Yeah.
So I have learned, if I did not post that thing on the story, I would not have gotten there. So I've learned that my destiny works also by audacity and not overthinking things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Benny, give me some perspective here. You shared your age. You're 24 years old. There's a man in this country or a woman in this country. 80% of my audience is men, so I would say there's a man in this country or a member of the audience who is 45 years old. Half your age, 48 years old, twice your age, and they've been trying to do everything, but stuff has not worked for them. But things seem to be aligning for you. 2 weeks ago, you wanted to buy a car. You were able to get a car. You had an event that was, happening in less than a week, and somehow you were able to pull it off. How do you think a person who would be at 48, having achieved way less than what you've achieved so far, would take our conversation?
So the person might, 3 things can happen. They can be inspired to either ask questions, ask themselves and also ask us. They can also be intimidated and say, this is just a childish conversation. They don't understand life. Or number 3, the person can even get angry.
I would tend to go with the second and the third, probably.
Yes. So it could go either way. So, partly, maybe there is another side that I've not said. There's a book called The Other Side of Mercy by a guy called Femi Lazarus. The part that I've not told you is that for all these things to happen, I have lost so many relationships. I got a child at 18. I needed to mature early. Starting a company early, I've seen my house being locked. I have lived before with 17 people in my house. So
this is your house growing up, or
it's
this is your own house?
My house now, my house.
And these 17 people are
the people I'm either mentoring. We're running the company. You started the company.
How big is this house? I'm just trying to get perspective.
It's a mansion.
Here.
It was a mansion. It was a 3-bedroom house.
Okay.
We are taking it as the sitting room is our boardroom. Upstairs is our rooms.
Okay.
Yes.
And so
we're trying to beat 2 birds with 1 stone because we do not have money for the office. So it was 50,000 rent.
Yeah.
So the 50,000, that's where we stayed. That's where the office is. That's where everything is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was intense. And that's where also where the studio was for content. So like there's that part that there's a part by the time I'm like this. You see
There's
that
some
scripture in
beatings
the
you've
Bible
taken.
that says, that one that says hope builds whatever, and then character, hope. So they say that what? Character brings what? Character bats whatever, blah, 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 and then hope now bats whatever. So there's a way in which I've also gone through major character development
Yeah.
in terms of I have lost mentors, seriously. I have lost opportunities. So there is also the part of losses, massive losses. I'm not talking about small losses, massive losses. I have lost people in the process. I've lost myself at some point. So there's also that part. So I'm not talking like a naive 20-year-old who just woke up and life is working for him. There's a level where it took quantum steps. By the time this person was coming to support me in that event that I'm talking to you about, for Point University,
Yeah.
it had taken intense steps. That whole week I couldn't even eat,
Yeah.
because I was asking myself, so what will happen? What if these events fail? What will I do? How will I go about it? There are
Yeah.
many questions. So there's also that part. By the time this guy is coming, there's a way you see life, right? So this faith and this strength is not birthed from a place of you just stand and then you make things happen.
Yeah.
It's being birthed from a place of fear. It's being birthed from a place of panic and anxiety. But anyway, it's still happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe what I'm also trying to find out here is so you gave 3 answers here. So one of them was they would ask questions, and then the other 2 are sort of like they would respond in a negative way to your success.
Yeah.
So how would we be able to turn this 48, 50, 60-year-old person into the number one response, to want to ask questions, so that life could also turn around fairly to them?
So
And maybe what I'm trying to
I
find
think
out
it's
is
in the place of something called, so there are 3 things that bring human beings together. Shared sorrow.
yeah.
Shared sorrow, like they have shared maybe what I've gone through. Maybe as that person is watching, now they understand, and they are seeing also that part of, they say if you show men your medals, you intimidate them.
Yeah.
But if you show men your scars, you inspire them. So like me sharing some of the struggles I've gone through.
Yeah.
Because I think also when I sit maybe in most podcasts, we only talk about successes.
Yeah.
But there's a part for failures. There's a part for fear. There's a part for struggling with sexual addiction.
Yeah.
It really affected me big time. Struggling with fatherhood.
Yeah.
I was not friends with my father. It affected me big time in terms of how I was relating with authorities, and even in terms of my relationship generally with money, my relationship with situations of anxiety and panic. So shared story is one of the things that, as I'm speaking here, I'm not just going to talk about successes. I'm going also to share about, some of the pains.
Let's talk about your, you'll come to your number 2, or you know what, you just go on with your number 2 and then I'll come back to it.
So they shared sorrows. Then number 2, there's something called shared victory again. Shared victory is where this person sees that we reconcile in terms of perspectives of what greatness means. So there are things that are similar, whether you are a Christian or you are a Muslim.
Yeah.
They are consistent. So if this person gets to see the shared victory, for example, they see that I value family the same way they value family.
Yeah.
They see that I value, let's say, God the same way they value God. So also shared victory is another thing. And then lastly, number 3, there's a part of unspoken conversations.
Yeah.
Maybe that person has something they've ever thought about, or they're seeing a younger version of themselves as I'm speaking.
Yeah.
But for them, maybe they never got the mentors, or they never got to be embraced, or there's something they missed out. So as they're watching this, it's also answering the unspoken questions they asked themselves as children. And to some degree now, that's what marries us. That's what brings us together. That's what makes them say, I can listen to this person. Yeah.
I'm still stuck on perspective, man, because like I told you earlier, I was having a chat with your team here. But, by the way, for the audience here, Mr. Walubengo walks around with a team of about 4 men, man. And first of all, so this is the first time that I'm having a guest come on with, with more than one person. I probably have, them come with one other guest or 2 other guests or something like that. But you came with 3 other guys, man. I was like, man, this is beautiful and inspiring. And I got to learn about each of them. But, interesting here is that it seems that each of them plays a very important role in your life. And I think it's because of those roles that you've also become successful. And, something you shared earlier, you're also able to remunerate them fairly because of the success that you're able to get because of what they do for you. But let's talk about your shared failures here a little bit. And what I'm looking for here is how you were able to beat those challenges. So one of the things you shared here is that you had a strained relationship with your dad.
Yeah.
So are you okay sharing that?
Sure.
Okay. So how are you able to? Have you corrected that?
Yes.
How are you able to do that?
My dad was a cop. He did not grow up with his father.
Okay.
So he was also very instructional and very tough.
Yeah.
I'm the only boy and the last one. So to a certain degree, when he came home, we couldn't talk. We couldn't have a conversation. So I used to be very avoidant with him. I also hated him a lot because I felt like he's just tough on me. He doesn't understand.
Bro, hate
Could
is a
make me-
strong word.
Yes. Like it was not just resentment. It
Yeah.
was that part where I saw how people acted around him. So also to some degree, people influence how he behaved towards my dad.
Okay.
Because as a child, your dad coming in the sitting room, then you see your aunties escaping. He had planted a thought that this man is a bad man.
Yeah.
And then now growing up, also beating me and all that. I can say resenting, not hate. It was not hate. I can say
Yeah.
resent. And then also now at some point in Form 2, I think I was just stubborn. One day my dad was beating me and then he told me, even if you die, there's no problem. We'll just move on as a family. So you find that also there was that part where the comments, the abusive words, my dad used to use very strong words as a child. Stupid, silly, ngombe, very strong words. So this is how my relationship was with him. But now at 18, when I got the child, it's my dad who came to pick me in school, Form 4.
How did this
And,
child come about? You still in school?
Yeah,
Your girlfriend was still in school too? Or,
Yes.
the partner who...
she was
got the
still in
baby?
school.
Okay.
Both of us. So my dad comes to pick me in school. I thought he doesn't know. I had prepared a defense in my mind. And then as we are getting almost home, he reduces the volume of the car and says, you know what you did? The child came, focus on school, I'll handle this one for you. At that moment, he won the trust. And so I began now to see him differently.
Yeah.
That if this man is bad, the way people talk,
Yeah.
and the way people say about him, I don't think he would have handled me this way. Because on a normal day, maybe he could have chased me away or beaten me or slapped me and all that. But this time he handled it so graciously,
Yeah.
with so much wisdom. When my daughter came now at home, it's my dad who received my daughter, and my dad was so happy. My dad is the one who went to talk to the father of the girl
Yeah.
and plead with his father and ask the father, please, as your daughter is going back to school, forgive my son. Because the father to the girl was angry at us, both the girl and I.
Yeah.
So it's my dad who talked to them to this. I remember when I met the father to the girl told me, were it not for your dad, I would have finished you. So there's a way in which I saw him differently. And then now I began to relate with him more intentionally, building a solid relationship.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You learned that you're going to become a father. How, when you're in Form 4, I don't know,
Form 4.
Form 4, how does that make you feel?
Disturbed me. Something I had not reconciled.
Yeah.
So I discovered getting a child is one thing, and accepting fatherhood is another thing.
Yeah.
Yes. So also that factor also is not something that was the best memory. Because in my mind I was like, hey boss, now how will I be talking before my age mates? Every girl I date, I'll have to tell her that I got a child.
Yeah.
Will a girl really accept me? Will a girl treat this child? I've heard so many stories of stepmothers and all that. So yeah, it was not easy. It was not the best thing.
So
It actually affected my self-esteem, my self-worth to some degree.
Because I'm thinking here, what sort of discussions, if I were in your shoes, what sort of discussions I'd be having with my friends? I remember my friends bragging to me how they were with this girl in school during the holidays. And I thought of them as, guys who had achieved some sort of greatness because they had a girl in bed, man. And I remember even one guy even showing us a video of him, in the act. And it was interesting to see, someone in bed with, with a girl at that age. I was a teenager then. But nobody ever shared, something like this. So I'm wondering, did you ever share this with your friends? And if you did, how would that conversation look like with your friends?
I did not. Because the friends I had at that time, were more of the happy kind of guys.
Yeah.
They would have seen that as a total failure. So I avoided friends for like 1 year when that happened. It was during COVID.
Yeah.
Boss, I almost died that season.
Because you were alone and probably depressed?
I was alone, then totally misunderstood. And then at the same time, I had not just forgiven myself. And also, if friends saw that, they would have avoided me even more. Because it's considered that if you get a child in Africa, you are a failure. Especially if you get a child early.
So how did you handle that whole situation then? And what I'm trying to get at here is this. My thinking is that if you become a father, I think it's a great thing. But I think you're changing my perspective here that, or introducing a new perspective that you are considered a failure if you get a child early.
Especially before marriage.
Okay.
As a girl, as a man, it's a source of panic.
Okay, I see.
It's a source of panic. Especially now if you're in the urban areas. In rural areas, it's not a big deal. But now in the urban areas, people are like, what? You will not enjoy life.
Yeah.
So your first reaction towards the child
what you mean, yeah.
is that you've already inconvenienced my life. If you're a girl, people will be like, hey, you will not be married in a normal way. You're already cooked. This child may not have a future.
Yeah.
Which is subconscious and unwritten law. Yeah.
So having undergone all this, then how did you then turn your life around? I mean, you walk into the PLO's office and ask for a job there, into his mentorship company, I guess, and ask for a job there.
It was that 1 year. So that 1 year I was away from people.
Yeah. You were cooking.
That year, boss, I spent time with God.
Yeah.
I read the Bible. I read books. I went for mentorship.
Were you spiritual, religious before the baby?
I was just going to church.
Okay.
But now this moment, now I've gone to 7 high schools, suspended, expelled in different schools, some transferred.
Yeah. Why were you being expelled or transferred? We'll come back to...
I'll come there. It's identity issues.
Okay.
And then at the same time, I failed KCSE. So I've repeated and then I've gotten a child. So there have been too many failures. So in my mind already it's registered.
Yeah.
That I'm not really a success per se. So this 1 year, boss, it's like I had time to revenge all that and recover. So I really read a lot of books, listened to a lot of sermons. There's a kind of person I became.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say was the first book that sort of changed your perspective?
Miles Monroe, A Book on Purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listening to you, I see a lot of alignment with people who have some sort of faith. I don't know if PLO subscribes to any religion. I would call him an African.
It does.
Is he Christian?
Anglican.
Anglican? Okay. But I know you've referred to Pastor T a lot, multiple times in this conversation, and now Miles Monroe, who was also a preacher, but also a mentor. What would you say is the role of God in your life? Because you seem to have some sort of perspective there as well, or some interface with God.
So there's a part where I can say God has played 3 key roles. One is wisdom.
Yeah.
Giving me access to knowledge that's above my age. Number 2 is favor.
Yeah.
There's a favor that is uncommon. If I tell you some of the things that have happened, my first car, I got it from a fan on TikTok.
Huh?
The second car, yes. The second car came from a client who had gone to do a shoot for a book.
How do you get a car from a fan on TikTok? It's like, hey, I want to gift you my car.
The person just went, called Pastor T and said, I've been watching this boy. You've mentored him. I want to gift him a car. So they called me at his place on a date like today, 3 years ago. I went to his place and was gifted the car, a Subaru Legacy.
When you show home with the car,
my mother asked me questions.
I would ask you similar questions. I mean, I would want to see who are the people you're hanging out with. Are they, I don't know, there's spaces where people say that money comes from, which are sort of dark forces. I would imagine maybe that's where you've, did any of this conversation sort of go in that direction?
My mom was just curious to meet the person.
Okay.
The good thing, the person was also going with us in the same church. But they'd been watching me for like 3 years.
Okay.
The second car came from a client.
Who paid you money, and on top of the money they gave you a car as well?
Yes.
Okay.
We went to shoot a book. Then after you're done shooting the book, you're a team of 12 people. Now, in my life, I have a principle. I never walk alone. So that's another principle.
Yeah, like you do today, man. If you were to see behind the camera, man, there's multiple people seated here.
So I had gone here, and then we were shooting, and we were 12 guys.
What is shooting a book?
So we have a publishing firm.
Yeah.
Where instead of sitting to type a book, my first book took me 2 years to write. But now we've created a system where we only sit like on a podcast, we record the book, then transcribe it within 1 week, you have your book.
So, and who you sitting with? Your team of colleagues at work? Or
Whoever wants to write his book.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So like, let's say if today you want to write a book, we'll just come sit here, record, then transcribe it into a book, you have it within 1 week.
Okay.
1 week you're done.
So you ask the client questions.
We interview.
And
You'll have told us your story before.
Yeah.
But now we interview you, and then as we unfold, and then we'll help you package it, do everything. Transcription, printing, ISBN, cover design, all that. All that is covered.
I've been seeing a lot of books being published in the recent past. Maybe there was many being published long ago, but I didn't interface with them. I've been seeing a lot of authors writing books now, and I'm wondering if this has been, because I think this is very effective. And I'm wondering...
It's effective because now it helps to beat time. So, after we finished recording the book, it was at 12 a.m.
Yeah.
And there was no Bolt. Only had one car. The car that had been given. So this guy asked, where will these other people go?
Yeah.
And I said,
the trunk.
We'll just have to wait. So he asked this guy to pray for us before we go.
Yeah.
The guy is doing very well in business. He just said, pray for us that we may get this wisdom that God has given you. So as this guy was praying for us, I saw his phone was a Techno. And that did not make me happy.
Yeah.
Because he's a man who is so generous. He's blessed so many people.
Blessing people is giving them things?
He's just blessed so many people. Not just by words, but by also paying for children's school fees.
I see.
He's changed lives. Now I had an iPhone 14 Pro Max and a Samsung S23.
Yeah.
And
Which were latest in the market at that point.
I felt in my heart to give it to him, but specifically iPhone 14 Pro Max. So at first I was like, no, I'm overthinking. But again, I had now that conviction, give it to him.
Yeah.
So when he opened our eyes, I just told him, take the phone. I have been convicted to give you this. Now that guy had given away the phone, the same phone, 1 month before that.
Oh.
So that touched him. He called the wife and said, there's a car out there, there's a van, 14-seater, give it to them, let them go with it at home.
Yeah. And everything, including like logbook transfer and everything, of course, done subsequently a couple of days after that.
Yes.
And I find
so there's a favor part.
Exactly. And you see what you're saying here is that these people are gifting you. They're not just coming out of the blue and gifting you. Because, for instance, when you shared a fan on TikTok, shared the car with you, I was like, maybe someone just saw you on TikTok. I mean, but it turns out that it's someone who'd been following your story for a while.
The consistency.
So what I think you're saying here is that as you're doing whatever you're doing, there's someone who's always watching.
I'm actually thinking of writing a book on favor.
Yeah.
Because I've seen how favor works. There's a way, there's a structure. Favor does not just work from the atmosphere, from thin air. It must find something to partner with.
Yeah.
So there's a part for God where is wisdom. There's a part for favor. There's another part, last, mercy. Yeah, there is a mercy of God. God has really preserved me. I've been in the most dark places in the world, most painful places, but His mercy found a way to preserve me.
Yeah.
That's why I can say God has really played a crucial role.
You know, I think that there are young people, younger than, you and probably some of your colleagues here, who would want to follow some sort of set system to get where you have gotten at such a young age as well. Would you say there's a system that someone can follow so they can achieve success at a young age?
Yeah, you need to set up a system.
Okay.
Destiny is more structured than it looks. There's a system you set, there's a structure you set, and that structure now will determine how far you'll stretch. So there's a structure both physically, because you need speed and intensity.
Yeah.
You need something called the energy of life. Number two, there's a structure set spiritually, because you don't have too much time. You can't live a life of performance. You have to live a life of precision.
Yeah.
Precision is about accuracy. David did not have to throw 5 stones to kill Goliath. Only one. That's precision. Then number 3, there's a social aspect, preserving relationships. What's your strategy of ensuring that you reach out to people, you maintain relationships, they see your value and you extract value?
Yeah.
And then there's now the aspect of your gift and the quality of a person that you are. The more you increase the quality of a person that you are, the more there are certain spaces that you begin to enter.
How do you increase quality of your person?
Now you audit your past against your future.
Yeah.
And then you ask yourself, what does it take to jump from the past to the future? Let's say my past is at 20.
Yeah.
My future is like 5,000. Will I use multiplication or will I use addition? So you ask yourself such questions. And what will it take?
Okay.
What am I multiplying against? Yes. So like there's that aspect.
Okay.
Yes, where you must be honest with yourself. Yeah.
So precision. What is precision here?
Precision is the ability to know what you're supposed to do, who you're supposed to approach, and then move swiftly in that direction. Where you're able to understand, okay, like today I'm supposed to record 10 videos.
Yeah.
These videos will look like this. And then you move with precision.
Yeah.
So precision is making one decision that can make an impact of like 10 to 20 years. That's precision.
The reason why I'm keen on this is because I think there are people who try so many things without any sort of order, or hoping that one thing will catch on, hoping that one thing will make sense, will become successful, and that will lead them into success. And so it is very interesting to know that there is actually a system that someone can follow, anyone for that matter can follow. And would you say this is applicable for even people who are older, let's say in their 60s, 50s, who are almost retiring?
Age is not even a factor. Acts 7:22 says Moses went to the best schools of Egypt. He was an impressive thinker and an athlete.
Yeah.
So you find that Luke 2:52 says Jesus grew in wisdom, stature, favor with God, and favor with man. 1 Samuel 13:2 says, and Samuel grew, and the Lord did not let none of his words fall to the ground. So growth is not relative to age.
Yeah.
It's something that you have to be intentional across board.
Mr. Walubengo, you have a very interesting way of working, and I kind of love it.
Yeah.
So to give context to the folks here, Mr. Walubengo is coming up from a 5-minute nap.
35 minutes now.
Yeah, well, it took longer than 5 minutes.
No one has ever done that.
No one has ever done that on the pod. I mean, I get breaks, yes, but not like for a nap. People will take a break like a washroom break, or a coffee break, or a smoke break for those who smoke. But nobody. I mean, for every time, of course, you get a fast. So I'm sure from now on I'm gonna get a couple, because the first time someone requested to smoke, man, that was strange for me, because I didn't know that people do that. I gotta take a smoke. I mean, I see in Joe Rogan's pod, he allows people to smoke on the podcast itself, because he's also a smoker, and so I guess, and he says that in his room he has all these vents that suck out the smoke, so it's okay for people to smoke in there. I mean, this is very interesting. I like this work ethic. It keeps you fresh. Where do you think you speak up for yourself whenever you need to?
So what happens? I don't speak from the logic mind only.
Yeah.
For me, I speak from my heart. And especially for you, you're not interviewing me in a typical way. It's a very deep conversation. So I have to be locked in and present 100.
Okay.
So I wouldn't want to give you 20%.
I see.
Or 30% of me. Because I can come and like answer questions like I'm ticking boxes.
Yeah.
So that we just shoot the podcast. But I feel like these are conversations that someone will watch 60 years from now.
Yeah.
Or 100 years from now. So I wouldn't want to do injustice to that person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I slept quite late. I had meetings late night. So by the time now I'm coming, so I've realized when I'm seated here, you're asking me very serious questions.
Yeah.
That are very deep. And they demand me to answer them in a certain way.
Yeah.
That I'm not just giving words. I'm also giving myself in the conversation.
Yeah.
So I said, let me ask him for a 5 minutes power nap.
Yeah.
And then just refresh, come back. So I'm back.
First of all, thanks even for making yourself available for the pod today, man. It is such an honor. I know. I mean, you're a busy guy. But, let's go back to what we were talking about earlier. We were talking about shared failures.
Shared sorrow.
Shared sorrow.
Shared victories.
One thing you said is that you'd struggled with sexual addiction.
Yeah.
I really don't care about the sexual addiction. What I care about is how you are able to beat it, how you are able to get out of it. First of all, how are you able even to realize that you're actually struggling with sexual addiction?
Okay. Not fast. An addiction does not come saying it's an addiction. You realize it's an addiction when you lose the power to go against it. For example, there are times I wouldn't sleep at night before I've either had sex with a girl or flirted with a girl or just something. So the struggle came in and I realized I would even wake up at 3 a.m. in the night and just call a girl and talk. So I realized first it's not a sexual issue. It's more linked to trauma or more linked to childhood stuff. That aspect of needing validation from a woman. And then also the aspect where your soul is leaking so much. So it constantly is hanging on ropes. So I realized at that moment when I could no longer control, or I would not just you know, there's that place where as a man you have a standard of girls that you would like. So at the moment when you begin to lose the standard, where you can now date any girl, you realize that now that's a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at that moment I realized, wait a minute, it's become something that is now consistent. And then also my first sexual encounter, I've shared this in public before. It happened in a brothel, which was not in the best place. So there was a lot of guilt. There was a lot of questions, anger.
How old are you at this point?
16.
Straight out of high school, just walk into a brothel, man. And
From one.
what? Okay.
So it was not the best. That whole experience, the anger.
First of all, how do you even get the audacity to walk into a brothel as an underage kid?
So I was in a school in Western.
Okay.
So when you pass by, prostitutes used to stand and line up in a street.
Next to the close to the school?
Like 5 minutes from the school.
Okay. Was it a boys only school?
I used to sit with Form 4s. And Form 4s used to go there.
Okay, I see.
So in Form 1, I was at Form 1 who used to sit with Form 4s.
Yeah.
When Form 4s are sneaking from school, I would go and sneak with them also.
Yeah. And so you say that was guilty for you. But I mean, if you're a Form 1 and you're enjoying these fruits, man, aren't you meant to be very happy? Or
no. So there was guilt because you realize that you've lost a part of yourself. And then now when you come in school, the teacher is talking about HIV.
Yeah.
They're saying signs of HIV, headache, I have a headache, fever, I have fever, I knew I'm cooked. So also there was that aspect. There was that aspect where now there was too much guilt, there was too much fear. What has happened? Will I go to heaven? You see, and pastors are coming, they're preaching against sexual immorality. So left, right, and center, there are too many questions.
Yeah.
And also that part in me where I knew that I've lost a certain sense of innocence.
Yeah.
Because now after that, I would get no sexual urges consistently. So concentrating was a bit hard.
Yeah.
I couldn't concentrate on something for so long.
And so how did you then get out of it? So you've recognized that it's something that...
So nothing is a process.
Yeah.
Even now, I'm still in the process.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not something that you come out. There's, of course, the power of God. There's a spiritual aspect. But there's a psychological aspect.
Yeah.
You must learn how to disattach. You must learn how to communicate. Put accountability systems.
Yeah.
Exchange the addiction with another behavior. So let's say like working out. So like working out, I play violin. I'm in violin classes. I've joined dancing classes. A number of things.
Yeah.
Journaling, your emotions. Learning also to put boundaries with women. Learning how to be solid, how you manage anger.
Yeah.
Because when you read a book called Why Great Men Fall, they have written 5 situations where great men fall. When they are tired, when they have not spent time with God, after a great victory, in moments of failure, and in moments of pain. Yeah.
And so you try as much as possible to avoid any of...
So in moments of great victory,
Yeah.
there are people who, how they celebrate victory after closing a big deal is alcohol. There's someone who celebrates through sex. So it's a culture.
So is this something that you used to do, you'd say?
So for me, because I don't take alcohol, I'll celebrate it with sex. I would call a girl and then be like, you know, hi, we've done this, we've closed this deal. To be like, wow, I'm proud of you. And at that moment, the girl will just be like, let me come see you so that we talk more. And then at that moment, that's how you celebrate.
Yeah.
And I've learned to celebrate victory differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you celebrate victory now?
I spend time with God. I tell him thank you.
Okay.
I have boys around me.
Yeah.
Friends. Call them. Sit down. You laugh. All that. So I've learned to celebrate victory differently.
When you say
and then also how you relate with pain.
Yeah.
Your relationship with pain matters a lot. How you relate with pain as a man. How you manage situations of pain, situations of failure, situations of rejection. Because you know now, the other side that I've not said is that I had to go through so much rejection by the time I got here. Approaching different people, different companies, different opportunities. Because you're young in the room, there's also a cost to it.
Let's put up a picture of an iceberg. A massive iceberg with all the trouble under it, and you only see a big tip of, a big tip at the top. And in your case, you're saying that.
So like for me, the amount of failure, let's say for a man who is at the age of 40, and he has only tried to run a business maybe twice.
Yeah.
And then maybe that person akukatia mademu wengi sana. He never approached so many girls, so he was rejected twice.
Yeah.
Now me in my life, by the time I'm hitting 22, right? I've tried like 6 businesses and they have failed terribly. Right? I've lived with so many people. Some have left. I've approached so many mentors. We've disconnected. There's 7 schools, primary schools.
Yeah.
So the baggage was so much.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like
Makes sense.
yes, like you see the wear and tear, like the way a machine can be used. The other day when I went to the car yard, they say that most people who have these big cars, they're not overused. So I asked that guy, what are you saying? He said, when you find someone with a Mercedes GLE or a Prado, they have probably another car.
Yeah.
So they don't use that as the only car. But he said anyone who is in the middle class, if they, let's say they have a Vanguard, they'll use it excess.
Yeah.
Now, there's a wear and tear of life. There's a place in life where Proverbs 25:28 says, a man who cannot rule his own spirit is like a city without walls. So there's a level of pain you can go through as a man. That level of pain can make you get to a place where there's too much wear and tear that you can no longer hold anymore. It's the reason why you see now there's a conversation where there are men who are very stoic extremely to a level where now they are saying, we don't want anything to do with people. As a man, just live your life. Don't care about people. You focus on you. The you, me narrative has been pushed because it's a level where how you manage pain really matters a lot. And pain can make you disconnect from people, disconnect from the world, and get to a place where you decide to run solo. So there's that place where you can say the wear and tear I've gone through is not the wear and tear of a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
It's intense. Because now the extreme journey that I had covered was not also a small journey. Yes.
You talk about mentors here a lot, and the fact that you don't walk alone. I'm proud of the fact that you don't walk alone. Of course, you walk with your peers, who I wouldn't imagine to be your mentors, but I also think that what you meant by not walking alone is the fact that you walk with actual mentors. How important do you think mentors are in anyone's life?
Mentors give you 3 things: perspective, prototypes, and also mentors. There's a leverage that you also get: credibility. Yeah. So mentors are very key. And another idea of mentorship is someone sitting with you in a restaurant and advising you. Mentorship is in different phases.
Okay.
There's a level of mentorship that is, you come and see me how I do, and then just come and watch and then do it, replicate.
Yeah.
There's a level of, their mentors I've not met physically, but for me, God has been gracious.
Yeah.
I've met 90% of the people who are my mentors.
Yeah.
So
How many mentors do you have?
quite a number. I have mentors on different things and also in different seasons in life.
Okay.
When I was young, Vusi Thembekwayo was one of the guys that I really watched a lot. I met him at 19. So for him, he really inspired me in the area of public speaking and how to commercialize a gift, leave alone just seeing it as a nice gift. How do you build an institution from it?
Yeah.
It's Vusi who gave me that mindset. PLO taught me about Pan-Africanism and study. Dr. Wale Akinyemi taught me about the aspect of faith in the boardroom. Julian Kula taught me about the impact of wealth. Pastor T taught me about being aggressive. Pastor Mushiri taught me more about finances. Ambassador Josephine Ojiampo taught me about diplomatic behaviors and boardroom etiquette. There's a lady called Isi Genegba. She taught me how to relate with power and also understanding the spirituality of greatness. How is greatness also spiritual?
Yeah.
Brian Mwau taught me more about, excellence, learning how to be smart, how you present yourself.
Yeah.
There's one of my friends called Tony Mwangi taught me about relationships. How do you maintain relationships? How do you keep them?
Yeah.
Ezekiel Mutua taught me about flamboyance.
Yeah.
That is a level where also you must just walk as a king, behave as a king.
Yeah.
Every time you meet him, he'll always be in a suit. There's a way he behaves. So different people. I have a mentor called Dr. Sami. He taught me about people, how to listen to people, treating your wife, how you listen to your wife. I have Femi Lazarus. Femi Lazarus taught me about how to move as a system and conversations that are different beyond maybe public speaking. I have Joshua Selman. Joshua Selman taught me about intimacy and the aspect of doing things that are bigger, not just things that are smaller for God, and also learning to be bold, even about my faith. So different stages. I've had different mentors who came as voices, and they came to give me a pathway in different phases. There are people I look up to, some I've not met. I study Elon Musk a lot. I study Stephen Bartlett a lot. Yeah, so those are just some of the people. But in my life, I've been able to meet the people who I admired most. At least I've ticked off 90% of my list. So right now I'm just renewing who are some of these key people. So I study also Jordan Peterson a lot. I look at how he reasons. There's a way it's different. So I have mentors on different subject matters. And then after mentors, I have accountability partners.
Yeah.
So these are people who just sit down with me. We have conversations around relationships.
These accountability partners, are they mentors as well?
No. There are people who are doing well in a certain area.
Okay.
They may not really mentor me, but they're able to see what I'm not seeing.
Okay.
Let's say they're a young couple who have been married for 3 to 4 years. They'll be able to advise me on my relationship with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Let's say he's a young person who's running a business, 25, 26, 27, and their business has scaled up.
Yeah.
They're able to teach me, how do you are a company as a young person? Are you able to build certain partnerships? Let's say you are a person who's physically fit, right? And you keep fit. So I have mentors, and then I have accountability partners. And then now down here, I have people now that I'm raising. Yes, I have people that I'm raising, people that I'm investing into. Yes, so I have a whole ecosystem.
Yeah.
The people I'm mentoring currently right now are more than 700, one-on-one through Zoom.
700 people?
Yeah.
How are you able to even remember, man?
We have systems within the organization.
Okay.
So I mentor, we have different chapters. We have the chapter for tech, we have the chapter for politics.
Okay.
We have the chapter for people who, we have programs for police officers beyond the rifle. We have programs for the medics beyond the ward, for people in tech beyond the code. So we have different programs in chapters.
Did you say police officers?
Yes.
You have police officers who are your mentees?
Yeah.
How old are these guys?
Older.
And I hope they're actually open to change, because I've met a lot of people who are anti-Kenyan police at least. I mean, are these Kenyan police, or are they police from other countries?
Kenyan police.
Okay.
Kenyan police. I train.
How did you start mentoring Kenyan police? Everybody would shy away from Kenyan police.
Some of them approached me through TikTok. So the influence is also a good thing.
Yeah.
So I've trained some of their senior guys, and now through that they're able now to, approach me to train them on soft skills, how to talk, how to package themselves. Most police officers struggle with inferiority complex.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes. So how do you talk? How do you build your capacity? How do you sharpen your skills in terms of your career? How do you leverage? How can you tap into other opportunities? So like some of the police officers I've trained have now gone back to school to study criminology, to get deeper. Some are mentoring people. One of my visions is that every cell around the country should have a place for mentorship. Every cell.
Okay.
Where people are arrested.
Cell?
Police cell.
Police cell, okay.
We should also have a mentorship corner. Where before you're released, there's just someone to talk to you and have a conversation with you. Because locking in people is not enough. There's so much that people need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long ago, prisons were used as a place to hold people as they wait for punishment. Prisons or cells, by extension, were never meant to be punishment. But I think as the world progressed and those forms of punishments were banished as being archaic or inhumane, the prisons then took over as the forms of punishment. But I have a proposal. I think they should have a program within Kiganjo Police Training College, where Mr. Walubengo's course is given is made mandatory for police officers, because I think that part of the reason why the police system in this country fails a lot is because of lack of such systems that would inspire a way, or even a way of removing the inferiority complex from the cops by the time they're graduating from their teachers training, their training colleges. And
have you ever watched a movie called Hacksaw Ridge?
I need to rewatch it.
It shows the impact of a guy in the military.
It's a war movie, army movie.
When you look at the training system for the military, by itself, it kills humanity. So we need to bring back humanity in their training.
Yeah.
Because if you're abused to be trained, you're just like, yes, sir, thank you, sir, and all that. There's a timidity it brings, an inferiority complex, and also it causes anger and agitation.
I want to go back a little bit to, where we started off here. You growing up and going to, showing up in you did say you started a business when you were 16 years old? So when you look at folks who are almost in their sunset years, and maybe they feel like they should have made different decisions when they were younger, is there a way to reconcile the fact that they haven't achieved what they wanted to achieve when they were younger versus where they are at right now?
There's a way they can do it. So I coach. I believe I would want you to bring him one day here. I coach one of my friends called Nixon Seko. He's 55. I met him when he had gone through a divorce.
Yeah.
The family has had to, separate. So he's alone in a 3-bedroom bungalow.
Yeah.
And living a very lonely life. And I met him now when he's going through healing classes. as a man, and I've seen him grow. Right now, he's written a book called Parenting the Gen Z, and also another book on healing for men. And how do you rebuild a relationship with your family, with your children, especially despite them being away from you. And he started an organization for men. Now, looking at him is like a template. There's a part where I think when one forgives themselves, they say that a wound leaves a scar, but a scar leaves a story. A scar leaves a story that says I can survive.
Yeah.
And then they say turn your wounds into wisdom. When you turn your wounds into wisdom, there's a level you can impact your generation and the next generation. So if there's someone who is in their sunset years, let's say this person feels like that a lot of time was wasted. What they do is that all those wounds, they turn them into wisdom. How do you turn them into wisdom? That's where books come in. That's where curriculums come in. That's where coaching comes in. That's where speaking to people comes in. That's where business ideas come in. Because how purpose is discovered is not discovered in the best of places. Purpose is discovered through problems, peace, prayers, persuaders. So there's a way purpose is through people. So persuaders are people who keep on following you. The people who constantly ask you questions. But also problems is one of the ways you discover purpose. So you study even the problems that are around you, and you're able to actually come up with wisdom, practicality, to be able to help other people.
The folks that you grew up with, I would imagine that not all of them are successful as you are, or have taken the trajectory that you did. What do you think set you apart from them for you to have taken the trajectory that you took?
That's a deep question. 3 things. 1, I just take my ideas seriously. Anything that I talk, I take it seriously. If right now I tell you I'll write a book tomorrow, I will do it. So there's a part where you must learn to respect your ideas. You don't just throw your ideas. Even right now, as I was here, my brand manager is here behind the scenes. Everything I'm saying that he feels is like content. When I look at him, I'm trying to tell him, write that. So you'll see him taking his phone and writing that idea. So we don't throw away ideas. Like right now, we have about 196 videos that we'll record for the next 1 year as content. So every day we do like 7 videos recording so that we have enough videos in case anything comes up.
Do you post them every day?
I post every day.
Once a day?
Yes.
Okay.
So you find that 1 is taking my idea seriously. Number 2, there's a part for overthinking. Many people constantly seek validation, either from mentors or even from their parents. So you find that when you're producing a new idea, there's a way will not be accepted. Yesterday I had a very intense conversation with one of my accountability partners. They are a couple. So he came and they are asking me, Benny, have you invested? And then I told them, what I call investment in my generation is very different from what you guys call investment and what my parents call investment. My father tells me every time we meet, have you bought a plot? And that's a good idea, and I respect that. There's a place for that. But my argument has always been that in my world, I want you to go and study a guy called Nosakare. Nosakare is on Instagram. He's a thought leader.
You've told me a couple of names, man. I've been writing that. I don't know if I'll keep up, but anyway, Nosakare.
So Nosakare has done an article called From Dangote to Digital, where he argues that the wealth of Nigeria has moved from the Dangote type of wealth where people own oil, land, things that are tangible, trucks, logistics, all that, buildings, now to the digital aspect, Flutterwave, Sendwave, Remitly, people who own platforms, people who have communities. And you're saying that now we are getting to the age of software. Like right now, when I look at this room, we've invested about $1 million. Right? True or not true?
They're about,
Yes, about $1 million. Now, this $1 million will be will be a plot. Now, you can't use a plot to shoot content. But now what are you getting in exchange of the $1 million? 1, you're getting trust. 2, you're getting credibility. 3, you're getting community. You can go anywhere in the world and you can interview anyone. You're getting relationships. To get me to speak somewhere for 1 hour is $1,000. I'm giving you the time for free because of track record. Because I'm seeing the caliber of people you have impacted. Look at all these people that you've met. A plot would not have helped you to meet them. You're building networks.
So, hey, Prezo, niko na ploti Kitengela mazi.
You see, so there is something that you have that is moving across the world. I'm sure you've been in an airport or somewhere and then someone said, I watch you. Thank you for what you're doing.
On Friday.
There's someone, you see, or there's someone who called you and they were like, man, you've really impacted me. Just let me know if you need any form of support, even without you asking for it, people can volunteer.
I haven't gotten anybody asking me if I need support yet, but I do get people tell me I've been impacted.
I've been impacted.
Yeah.
Someone is going to tell you now. Someone is watching. So
if you're watching, man, and you're touched right now, man, DM.
Yeah. So does that make sense? So there's a way it works. Like you see, you reached out to me.
Yeah.
I responded swiftly. There are so many DMs.
Yeah.
But for you, I responded quickly. Why? Because I know you. That's more powerful than money. You have something that money cannot buy.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So you find that the wealth in our generation is credibility, is trust. The ability that people can be able to trust you. Now, you must have the capacity to buy trust. You must have the capacity to buy credibility. How much is exposure? So I was telling them that exposure for us is a currency. The countries you've traveled in will affect your perspective. Let's say if you're running a restaurant, you'll run your restaurant differently.
True.
You'll run your restaurant with more excellence. Let's say if you're a videographer like Paul, you've gone to 16 or 30 countries.
Yeah.
You'll do videos differently. Your color grading will be different. And that will make your rate card different.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
So there's a level. Look at how you're interviewing me. You're not interviewing me like Kenyan podcast. You're quiet. You're asking me deep questions. You're writing. You're very strategic in your questions. You're not asking me superficial questions. Partly it's because you've traveled. Partly it's because you've interacted with great people. Partly it's because you've understood a few things. And then partly it's because you're so secure from within. Now that's a currency, security. The ability to be stable as a person. So that's what we call wealth as a generation is not what our parents called wealth.
Yeah.
For them, wealth was more of the title. You have a degree, you have a master's, you have a car, your kids study in UN, you've traveled to America. But now in our generation, it's different. You saw Brian Shearer dying on TikTok.
Yeah.
People raised 18 million.
Yeah.
What's that? Do you know how many politicians, how many churches call for Harambes every year? They have never raised 18 million. What's that he has? That's a powerful thing. It's a currency.
Yeah.
So every generation must start defining wealth according to their calling, according to their pattern. So like I was telling them, my bookshelf at home is worth about $500,000. The bookshelf itself is like 100 Gs. Then I like buying original books that are between 3,000 up to 5,000 at times.
Yeah.
So I have like about 120 books. So I was telling them, for me, the bookshelf is not just a book, it's an aesthetic.
Yeah.
Because that's always in the background when I'm recording content. So when I'm buying the bookshelf, I'll spend as much because it's not just about the book. There's something more that I'm looking at. It's
Yeah.
about the sentimental value. Because this is like props.
Some people would say that you could have easily bought a
Yes.
a background
You
that
see.
represents a bookshelf.
Yes. But then, you see me, I'm looking at it both in serving three purposes. One is that I will be able to read.
Yeah.
Two, it's a background. And then three, a book also communicates. Anytime you bring people in your house and there's a bookshelf, it is also a communication. It's also influencing culture, even for my daughter.
Yeah.
And even for the people around me. So I'm not just looking at it as a bookshelf.
Yeah.
So are you seeing all those perspectives?
I'm saying that.
So
So,
these are
you've
the-
given me two, I think, for the folks who are, differently able now
Yes.
than you. So you've given me two. So what was the third one?
So the first one I said,
The first one was
you forgive yourself.
Yeah.
Then there's a wisdom part, right? And then there's a third one. The third one is a part of intergenerational partnership. You look for young people
Yeah.
and then partner with them. Yes. There's a part where if you're in your sunset years, there's a sickness called dementia. I
Yeah.
don't know if you know it.
Yeah, dementia.
So one of the ways these people heal is that they bring children to play with them. And then it's just children carry something, a certain joy, innocence, and curiosity. So like for some of these people, interacting with people who are younger to some degree can provoke whatever they carry.
Yeah.
That's what I did with that man
Yeah.
called Mr. Seko.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, this has been beautiful. I know I've kept you here longer than
No
you
worries.
anticipated. I mean, we've gotten a
do
1.5
enjoy it.
hours, of course. As we're landing this plane, there's a tradition that we have over here on this pod. I borrowed this from the United States presidency, where I treat the guests over here like presidents. And the tradition is that in the US, when the president is in office, they normally leave a letter to the next guest, to the next president who's coming into office. And so the guest who was here most recently left a question for you, because in this pod, instead of letters, what we do is we ask questions. And so I normally don't see this question until right now that I'm just about to ask it. And you also get an opportunity to ask the next guest a question.
Okay.
So your question is, if you had all the money in the world, what would you change in Africa?
I would change. I would change the education system. Yeah, I would change the education system to equip the younger people with more soft skills. and to think differently and to start creating early. I will change the education system. I would ensure that there are football academies. There's an academy for the guys in tech. There's an academy for people in violin. I will change the whole education system to tap into the gift of every child. And I would invest more on helping people to be more confident.
True.
Especially the children, and to also create structures at home that can enable people to be more confident in Africa. Yeah.
Beautiful, man. I've enjoyed this conversation, man. Here's your opportunity to write your question to the next guest on the show.
Okay.
Mr. Walubengo.
Thank you.
Hanging out here with you has been awesome. You are quite the interesting character because of your knowledge, your depth of knowledge, your breadth and depth of knowledge is quite amazing.
Thank you.
And I heard from one of your colleagues says that you read 8 books every month, which is quite impressive, in and of itself. Folks who've watched us, probably some of them have made it this far, and maybe some have forgotten everything that you said. But if there's one thing that you'd want someone to live here with, what would that be?
Learn to forgive yourself quickly. In life, just learn to forgive. Be gracious. Be gracious to yourself. When you make a mistake, don't stay there for too long. Be gracious to yourself. Be gracious. Forgive yourself.
Beautiful.
Forgive yourself. There's a most powerful man in the world is a man who has forgiven himself.
True.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Folks, if you made it this far, I think it's because you did like this episode. I've been hanging out with Mr. Walubengo today. Go follow him on his socials. The links are all in the description to the video below. And, I normally tell you that my guest will make you better. This one, I promise you for sure, he will make you better, leave you a better man or a better woman. So go follow him, listen to him. He has courses available. I'm also going to have your website down there as well. Sure. You send them. I will find the website and put it down there as well. Till next time, do take care. Kwaheri.